Rodrigo Duterte, the 16th President of the Philippines, is considered by many of his supporters as a modern patriot and a living hero. Rodrigo Duterte, the 16th President of the Philippines, is considered by many of his supporters as a modern patriot and a living hero. His leadership from 2016 to 2022 was marked by bold decisions, strong policies, and a governance style that prioritized the interests of the Filipino people, often against the pressures of powerful institutions, both domestic and international. War on drugs and public safety. One of Duterte's most controversial yet widely supported initiatives was his war on drugs. Before his presidency, drug-related crimes were rampant, and narco-politics had infiltrated even the highest levels of government. Duterte, who had successfully implemented anti-drug campaigns during his tenure as mayor of Davao City, brought the same approach to the national stage. His aggressive stance significantly reduced crime rates and restored order in many communities, making citizens feel safer in their neighborhoods. While his policies faced criticism from human rights groups, many Filipinos, especially those in lower-income communities affected by drug-related violence, saw him as a hero who was willing to take drastic measures to protect the nation. His war on drugs demonstrated his commitment to the security and well-being of Filipinos, a key characteristic of a modern patriot. Independent foreign policy. Duterte redefined the Philippines' foreign policy, shifting away from over-reliance on the United States and fostering stronger relations with China, Russia, and other countries. He pursued an independent foreign policy, famously declaring that the Philippines would not be dictated to by any foreign power. His approach aimed to diversify the country's alliances and attract investments that would boost the Philippine economy. He secured billions in infrastructure deals from China under his Build, Build, Build program, which modernized roads, bridges, airports, and seaports. By standing up against foreign interference and asserting the Philippines' sovereignty, Duterte solidified his status as a leader who prioritized national interests over external pressures. Infrastructure and economic development. Duterte's Build, Build, Build program was one of the most ambitious infrastructure initiatives in Philippine history. His administration constructed thousands of kilometers of roads, new airports, railways and bridges, improving transportation and creating jobs. These projects strengthened the economy and provided better access to rural areas, boosting regional development. Despite the challenges of the COVID-19 pandemic, Duterte's leadership ensured economic resilience. He implemented social programs, provided financial aid to struggling families, and maintained economic stability, showing his dedication to the Filipino people's welfare. Fight against corruption and oligarchy. Duterte was vocal against corruption and the control of the country's wealth by a few powerful families. He took strong actions against corrupt officials, removing those involved in illicit activities, regardless of their position. His administration went after big businesses and influential figures who had long benefited from unfair government contracts, proving that no one was above the law. He pushed for reforms that made government transactions more transparent and efficient. Programs like Ease of Doing Business reduced red tape, making it easier for ordinary Filipinos to start businesses without the burden of corruption. COVID-19. Response and crisis management. During the pandemic, Duterte faced an unprecedented crisis. While no response was perfect, his government took decisive actions, including early lockdowns, vaccine procurement, and financial assistance programs. His administration worked to ensure that the healthcare system could handle the crisis, showing his dedication to protecting lives during an uncertain time. Conclusion. A modern patriot and hero, Rodrigo Duterte's leadership reflected strong patriotism, prioritizing national security, sovereignty, and economic progress. His fearless approach, though controversial, gained him admiration from millions who saw him as a leader willing to sacrifice his popularity to protect the country's future. Whether one agrees with all his policies or not, Duterte's impact on the Philippines is undeniable, making him a modern patriot and, in the eyes of many, a living hero.